This is a complete guide to White Lotus Tier 1. This is actually the first video in a series of guides I'm going to be making. There's going to be one video for each tier of each faction. So if you're getting stuck or you just want to know the most kind of efficient way to work through things, which missions to group up together, stuff like that, watch this video and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. The sponsor of today's video is GamerLink. This is a free app available on iOS and Android that lets you find other people to squad up with in over 350 different games, including DMZ. I've had some people in chat today telling me that it's been an absolute lifesaver for some of these difficult missions where you kind of need a squad to work with. So if you want to check it out, you can use the link in the description below, or you can just search the App Store or the Play Store for GamerLink. The first tier of White Lotus is just a kind of tutorial to introduce you to DMZ. There's actually 4 different factions: White Lotus, Legion, Black Mouse and Crown, and each faction has 5 tiers of missions to complete. In each tier, there's 6 normal missions and then a story mission. You have to complete 5 of the normal missions, and then the story mission will unlock. Once you complete that, you can go on to the next tier. Now, because this tier is so easy, we're actually going to do all 6 of them, because we can do 3 in one game and 3 in the next. You can only equip 3 missions at a time, so we're going to start off with those first 3, make contact, hostiles located and cashier, and get them done, and then we'll get the next 3 done in the next game and move on. So make contact asks you to ping a contract phone, use the contract phone and then complete the contract. Hostiles located asks you to ping 5 enemies just with your ping button, then kill 5 enemies and pick up 1 weapon in the deployment. Then cashier asks you to open up a cash register, acquire $10,000 in cash and then extract with it. These missions are probably easier to do on Al Mazrah, but if you want to look at the new map Ashika Island, it is possible to do them here instead. So the first thing that you need to do is just tag a contract. So you can do this as soon as you can get the tactical map up. Just bring it up, find a contract, and then you should be able to press the ping button. So for me, it's up on my controller, and that will let you ping a contract and complete that objective. So there you can see there's a radiation one, just press the ping button on it, and that one is completed. For the objective where you have to ping 5 enemies, that can be the AI bots, so as soon as you see the bots, just make sure before you kill them that you ping them. You only have to ping 5, so that one shouldn't be difficult to do at all. Now, while you're still pinging the enemies, if you haven't got that done yet, you can go pick up the contract. This time we picked up the Destroy Supplies contract, which highlights 2 circles on your minimap. You just need to go to each one, clear out all of the AI, and then plant bombs and wait for them to explode. At the time of recording this, you don't actually have to defend the bombs. The AI does come towards them, but then just kind of stands around. So you can just plant the explosives, then leave. They might fix that at some point, but they didn't fix it all the way through Season 1. Once that contract has been completed, so in our case the supplies were destroyed, then you should complete that first mission objective. So you can see there it says mission complete, make contact. While you're getting all that done, you should easily kill the 5 AI you need for that mission, and remember to pick up one of their guns that they've dropped, just to make sure that entire mission should be completed now. Now, for the final mission that we wanted to complete in this run, you need to open up a cash register. On Al Mazrah, that's really easy. There's plenty of shops around. Lots of the gas stations also have cash registers in them. On Ashika Island, there's not many. We found one upstairs in this beach club building. So if you go to the beach club area, you'll find this kind of raised bar that's up on the 2nd floor. If you hop up there, you'll see on the end of the bar there's a cash register, and you can use that to complete this mission. You also have to get $10,000 in cash. If you've completed a contract from doing the first one, you should have quite a lot of money already. If you need a little bit more, go open a cash register, obviously, for that part of the objective. That will give you a little bit more. And then sell anything you find. Go to a buy station and just pick up a load of random objects around it and keep selling stuff until you get to 10,000. It sounds like a lot of money, and in Warzone, that's, a reasonable amount of money. In DMZ, that's basically nothing. It's very, very easy to get that amount. Once you've got that $10,000, then you can go and exfil. So go to one of the icons with sort of the blue man running towards the exit door on a map, and you should be able to find some green smoke there. Interact with that and that'll send up a flare to call in your exfil helicopter. If you haven't used up any insured weapons or anything like that, this is a good time to just spend the money that you've picked up Obviously, you've already got that $10,000. That's already completed for the sake of this objective. So you can just spend any of the money you found if you want to get a little bit better armor, maybe get a kill streak like we just bought a UAV, something like that. That could help you. You need to wait quite a long while for the helicopter to arrive, and then when it does arrive, once all of your team are on board, there's still going to be 5 seconds before it leaves. So do just have a quick look around, make sure there's no enemies nearby. We were lucky we had a UAV tower right next to it, so we could just sort of double check that we weren't going to get in trouble, that we weren't going to get attacked while we were here. Then you can just sit on a helicopter and wait for it to exfil, and that's the first 3 missions of DMZ completed for you. Now, for the next 3 missions, you have Information Seeker, where you have to ping a UAV tower and then activate 2 UAV towers. Convenience, where you ping a vehicle, refuel and repair the vehicle, and then use a gas can from your backpack to refuel the vehicle. And then Committed Shopper, where you can sell a valuable item at a buy station and buy an item at a buy station. So again, you can complete all 3 of these in one go. If you missed one of them, it doesn't matter, it will still unlock the story mission, but we can definitely complete these 3 in one go now. So when you load in, we went back into Ashika Island for this, but you can do them on either. Look for a UAV tower symbol. It's this kind of aerial tower with some lines coming off it, and make sure you ping one of them, and that will complete the objective for pinging a UAV tower. Now you need to go activate 2 of them. Activating UAV tower is very simple. Just run up to it, this little laptop will pop out, interact, and it will take a few seconds, so make sure you've killed any bots nearby. And then once you've done that, you'll get a quick scan of the area. All of those hollow diamonds, that means they're AI. If there's any full diamonds that you can see on the map, those are actual players, so obviously be a little bit careful if you see any of those near you. You need to do 2 of these UAV towers, and then that mission will be completed. For the next mission, you need to ping a vehicle, so make sure you go onto the map and then ping whatever vehicle is near you, and then you need to drive that vehicle to a gas station. On Ashika Island, there's I think 3 gas stations that you can drive to, and you just have to go up to the forecourt until you hear the little ding ding, and that means you'll start refueling and start repairing. You can actually get off the vehicle and just let it refuel and repair, but if you want to make sure it's finished and watch the progress, you can sit on it and it'll do it while you're on there. Now normally in the gas stations you'll also find the gas can that you need to complete that objective. Annoyingly on Ashika Island for some reason a lot of the time we don't find it, but I managed to find one on this little container that's off on a little dock, which I think is where you're meant to refuel boats, and you don't have to refuel the same vehicles that you had at the gas station. So I just used a random nearby jet ski. All you need to do is get into the vehicle, go into your inventory and then press interact on the gas can, and that will refuel it, and that should complete convenience for you. Then for the final mission for this run, you just need to sell something. I just sold a laptop that I found, and then buy something like an armor plate or anything from the buy station, and that will complete that mission. So that's 6 missions completed in 2 runs. Incredibly easy, incredibly efficient. Obviously this tier is just meant to kind of introduce you to the key ideas of DMZ. But now we've completed 6, we can unlock the story mission, which will be the final mission for tier 1 of White Lotus. So now we're on Stronghold Reacquisition, where you have to acquire a Stronghold keycard, clear a Stronghold of enemy combatants, and then extract the Legion deal intel found on Stronghold guards. You can choose whether you want to do this on Ashika or Al Mazrah. I think it's maybe a little bit easier on Ashika just because so many of the strongholds are so small. So to get a stronghold keycard, you can buy it from buy stations, or you will find a lot of them just dropping off enemies. So kill lots of AI and eventually you'll see one drop one. They glow bright blue, so they're quite easy to see. And if you got one in a previous game, it's probably still in your inventory because it works like a key, so it persists from game to game. Once you've got a stronghold keycard, then you can go to any stronghold on the map. So it's one of these buildings that has the white castle icon on it. It's random which buildings will be strongholds in each game, but you just need to head to one and then open it up. Once you're inside, you need to kill every single AI in there. Sometimes more will run in, so it can be a bit annoying, and sometimes they hide in strange places, but you do need to kill every single one. You're also looking for some Legion deal intel, which is an item that will drop from one of the guards within the stronghold. It just looks like a little folder, so you can see it here, Legion deal intel. You need to pick that up, and you actually need to carry that with you when you exfil. So make sure you don't sell it, even though it's worth $1,000. Once you've completed the entire stronghold, you've killed every combatant, that should complete the mission for you, Stronghold Reacquisition, and then all you need to do is leave the game. Weirdly for us, it actually completed the mission even though we hadn't extracted. As soon as we'd picked up the intel and killed all of the guards, that mission was completed, and that means tier 1 of White Lotus is done, so now you can access tier 2. I'm sure lots of you who have managed to watch to this point are like, oh yeah, well that was easy, like tier 1 was simple, like why do we need a guide for that? I just want to make sure I've got a guide for every single mission in DMZ. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, let me know in the comments which missions you're particularly struggling with, and turn your notifications on, because over the next few days and weeks, you're going to see guides for every single mission in DMZ. I'm going to tell you how we completed it, which ones that we grouped together, which ones we think are best to skip, all of that good stuff. So don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.